Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Ballymore Stadium, the spiritual home of rugby in Queensland, where this afternoon we will see the best of Queensland Premier Rugby take on the best of Queensland country as the President's 15 take on the Queensland Country Healers. My name is Martin Lippiett, and joining me this afternoon in commentary, she hosts the breakdown for QPR every few weeks. Malia Ivory, welcome to the stream.
Thanks for having me, Marty. Very excited.
Oh, hasn't it been such a great day already? And we see right now we've got a bit of the ladies' sevens action going on, but just before this, we did have the Colts, the Premier Colts kids out there versing the Healers, and you know the score ran a bit away from the Country Healers, Malia, but they definitely showed some fantastic football to the crowds here today. Yeah,
absolutely. Everyone was entertained by the game, that's for sure. The President's 15 were fairly dominant throughout the match, but the Country Healers came back at the end and impressed, which was exciting to watch.
Well, I think it's fair to say that the crowd were a little bit more excited to see the Healers get across in the back end of that second half. And yeah, it's a great feeling. You know, these kids, they've come all the way down from the range, and the spread, you know, the catchment area that these kids come from, it's really so much bigger than down here in Brisbane. So a lot of travelling, and these guys are going to have a fantastic week, I think, down here.
Absolutely. It's a different sort of game to see, and different players coming across, which is really exciting to get exposure to that. To have this sort of game and afternoon at Ballymore is really exciting for us, I guess, city watchers, to be able to have a look at some of the country talent, so it's exciting.
You know, we've seen in recent years the city versus country NRC matches turn into hotly contested affairs. Do you think the fans can expect much of the same this afternoon?
If the contest between the Colts, President's 15 and the Healers is anything to go by, it's definitely going to be exciting. I think the seniors match will probably be a bit more of a close contest. We're expecting a pretty intense matchup, but yeah, it should be exciting nonetheless, and the crowds are definitely here in their droves to see the affair, so it should be fun.
Absolutely right. They're still streaming through the gates here at Ballymore, but both the President's side and the Healers have been busy preparing for today's clash at Ballymore. Our resident sideline reporter, Brendan Source Hotel, caught up with both camps to see how they were shaping up.
G'day guys, Source here. I'm back from my trip across the ditch and I can't wait. This Sunday, the best of Queensland Premier Rugby take on the best of country rugby as the President's 15 take on the Healers. I'm down here tonight to see how the President's boys are shaping up for the match. Ben, pretty strong lineup you put together. What do you make of the side?
Mate, there's plenty of talent in this side. Really good across the park, so we've got some really big physical centres, some really fast outside backs and wingers. We've got some good line-out operators, some big ball carriers in the pack, so mate, I'm really looking forward to getting them out there.
And the boys have got the chance to put their hands up for NRC selection. What sort of opportunities does this match provide?
Well, anytime you get selected for a game outside of a club footy game or a representative game or an exhibition game, it's a great opportunity to put your hand up and show the skills that you've got in a different environment. So these country boys will come down and they're really looking to push their case to see that they're at the level of NRC, and our boys will be doing the same.
And obviously the traditional city country games have always been a heated affair. What can fans expect from this game on Sunday?
Oh, it's definitely going to be physical. You watch any of that country footy and they're big boys, they run hard and straight, and we're definitely not going to shirk that. Our boys will get stuck in, and then hopefully we can produce a bit of skill on the edges and score some points off the back of it.
Stu, we spoke to you the other weekend. You got your 100 cap for the Magpies, and now you've been recognised in the President's 15. Must be a great personal accolade.
Yeah, you're right, Source. Nice to get some recognition this week playing for the Presidents. I know all that hard work back at club levels paid off this week, so looking forward to getting stuck in against the country.
And there's a lot of guys on this side that you wouldn't have the opportunity to play with previously. Is there anyone from any other club in particular that you're looking forward to playing with?
Yeah, that's right. We play against these blokes week in, week out, so it's nice to get play with the boys you usually play against. I think Jake Strawn, the Sunday Bank number 10, is a classy player, so looking forward to hopefully running some lines off him.
And have you ever had the chance to face country or any sort of country rugby sides before?
No, this will be the first time. I've watched a bit of country footy, and I know it's physical and a bit rough out there, but looking forward to getting stuck in this Sunday.
Alrighty folks, that's it from me at Ballymore tonight. Make sure you're here on Sunday to show your support for grassroots rugby. Get out and see the best of Premier Rugby take on the best of country. Gates open at 12:30. We got a full afternoon of action. In the meantime, follow us on Facebook, Queensland Premier Rugby, for more updates.
Oh, extremely proud. certainly the proudest moment of my football life. Being invited to coach the Queensland Country Healers, it's just amazing. It's something that every country player dreams of. I was never good enough as a player to make the team, but now I've got my opportunity as a coach, and certainly loving it. Just loving the culture, loving getting together with the team, and country boys from different areas in Queensland. How great's that? Yeah, you're right. It's 17 players out of our 24. This is their first year ever of Queensland Country, so yeah, we spent quite a bit of time this morning talking about the culture of Queensland Country Rugby. We brought in an ex-player from the late 60s to talk to us about what the culture was like then. So yeah, we spent a long time talking amongst ourselves about what it means to play for Queensland Country, and I've been really impressed with how the young players have thought about it and spoken up and yeah, really bought into the culture. Oh, well, we love it, don't we? We country boys love coming to the city and playing a tough game. Yeah, we haven't done this for quite a while. I think it's a huge stepping stone for our country boys. If they're serious and they want to get in the Queensland Country NRC team, then this is the time and the place to do it. They step up on Sunday against the city counterparts and show them that we can play football.
Good afternoon and welcome to Reds TV live coverage of the clash between the Premier Rugby Presidents 15 and the Queensland Country Healers. My name is Martin Lippiett, and joining me in the box today, she is our QPR Breakdown host. It's Malia Ivory. Welcome, Malia.
Thanks, Marty. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. And as we see, it's one of the final sevens matches for the ladies wrapping up today. It's been a great competition. We've been having the feeds going all day. But it's all about this one. It's the big show. The QPR Presidents 15 playing the Queensland Country Healers. Now, one of the big drives for this competition is going to be that it's going to give a lot of people that haven't been, in that NRC, that Reds, that Wallaby spotlight, the opportunity to mix it up, get out of their comfort zone, play some rugby they're not really familiar with. It's going to be fast, it's going to be fun, and they're going to have a great time. But before we go any further, let's check out the team list. And we're going to start with the Presidents 15, and we're going to start right from the top. In the front row, we have Richie Asiata, Molisue Malalagi, and Feo Futuaika. In second row, Stuart Williamson and Tyrell Barker. The flankers, Jeffrey Farmasuli and Joel Brown. At number 8, we have got Samana Halafona. At number 9, halfback, Nick Chapman. Number 10, 5'8", Jake Strawn. On the wings, we have Will Eddy, and we also have Varesa Matatatini. In the centres, we have got Connor Chittenden and Levi Amua, and then at fullback it is Patrick James with Ben McCormick coaching.
And lining up for the Queensland Country Healers today in the front row, we've got Chris Nielsen, Jack Cook and James Turvey. In the second row, Sam Tweedy and Lachlan Tullock. Charlie McGill, followed by Matt Geekwell and John Southern. At halfback, we've got Sam Bradley, scrum half Josh Fletcher, Kerwin Swanson and David Wester on the wing, followed by the centres, Harry Hawker and Tim Rogers, and at fullback we've got Shane Kennedy.
And Rob Johnson is the coach there for the Healers as well. And we see both teams are on the paddock. This is the first hit out for the Healers in their campaign once they've come down the range for the week. And there's going to be more live streams coming at you for their games. But it looks like it's going to be the Presidents 15 kicking off. They're going to be running to the north, with the Healers running to the south towards the fabled 4X Hill. And it looks like it'll be Jake Strawn with the ball in hand. And refereeing today's match is none other than Damon Murphy. And captaining both sides. Here we go. Strawn goes high. He's going to kick it. Oh, and that's a fantastic take there by Tullock, but I think he's got hit in the air. And that's not the best start for the Presidents 15. And we're going to see the Healers now. Great opening opportunity. They're going to kick for the line, and we're going to get a line out a lot sooner than this commentator first thought. Great toe there from Fletcher. And as they line up, out in the front, it's Futuaika. Cook with the ball in hand. He goes up, hits the middle option, very successful. And that'll be another penalty against the President's 15. Same error there, Malia. 2 penalties for taking out the player in the air.
Yeah, President's 15 just need to be careful here, hold on to their discipline and just make sure that that doesn't happen too often. I guess in the first opening minutes it's okay to see, but definitely don't want to make a trend of it, that's for sure.
And here we go, another fantastic attacking opportunity here for the Healers. Cook with the ball in hand. Full complement for both sides. They go up, hits the back option, he just holds on, driving maul, if you please. President's 15 putting a good nudge on. It's going to roll around to the right. They're going to keep the momentum going forward. The Healers on the push, 6 metres out. They've done very well to hold it up. Healers, first blood. That'll be a try. Shock and awe, Malia. Shock and awe.
They wanted that one, you could tell for sure. Good to open the scoring with them.
Now, this is the interesting thing. On paper, the QPR guys, they spend their seasons a lot bigger. They have a lot more time playing rugby. And, you know, it's fair to say you probably pit them at the head. But we see here, 2 costly penalties put the Healers within striking distance and a very, very good driving maul set up there. Puts them over in the corner, and that is a fantastic try, and it's Jack Cook who threw in the line out, and now it's going to be Shane Kennedy, 25 out on the 15, and he's going to look to try and extend that lead to 7 points. Now, is this the opening to this game you were expecting?
Definitely not. I thought we'd see the QPR take a bit of a lead right at the beginning, but it's kind of nice, I guess, to have a bit of a surprise and see the Country Healers come up on top in the first 3 minutes of the game.
But this is the thing, you know, these QPR guys, I'm assuming there would have been a slight air of, you know, we should be coming into this the favourites, and there is Kennedy. He'll just miss. So the Country Healers, opening 2 minutes, they're up 5 points to 0 over the President's Premier Grade 15. And I think that's a bit of a wake-up call for the QPR guys. I think they're going to have to maybe tighten up the ship. There's been a few little errors. Jake Strawn goes high again. Another big air ball. Oh, and the Healers might have come away with it, but it looks like QPR are going to finally get some possession here. Here they go. They send it out. Flat foot. Futaika will take it into contact. At the back, there's Chapman. Chapman flicks it out. Finds Strawn. Great offload to Armour. Armour offloads. Tyrell Barker, it'll be off the feet, but they're going to get the option for the scrum or the line out. And they're going to go back to that line out. Very good call, I think, Malia. They've already had a bit of success there, and they're going to keep that ball rolling.
Yeah, if they can keep in trend with what they've been doing, the Country Healers, they'll do well. Quick line out there.
Very good lineup. Bradley flicks it out through the hands. There's Fletcher. All right, they're going to kick downtown. They're not looking for the sideline. And here come, great little step from brothers Patrick James. Does very well there. Obviously QPR in a break. It's a bit of a barbarian mix here. Chapman. Crowds amassing. Oh, and there's Richie Asiata from East. Gets a bit of a break around the corner. He'll have Tyrell Barker covering him over the top. Strawn finds Halafanua. Oh, and that was a bit of a show and go by Richie Asiata. Doesn't shy away from it. He'll keep the attacking on. They're inside the 22. Chapman's lining up his options. Flicks it out. Oh, and there's Halafanua again. Does very well. Chapman. Strawn. Working it out through the hand. Floats it. Out wide. That's Will Eddy there. President's 15, they're looking for an in. Halafanua, great run off Strawn. Chapman hits Strawn again. Strawn's getting a lot of attention. Levi Amwa offloads. Asiata flicks out to Sue Melalagi. Oh, but here's Matatatini. They've got to get some hands on him. Matatatini will go down 3 metres out. Healers calling the defence around, but Strawn is going to go back the way they came. Levi, that's how you get the man down, round the ankles. Strawn offloads Chapman round the corner. Quick little hands from Barker, but it'll be out.
Nice work from Nick Chapman there. He's really fast at getting the ball out, and I think it's giving the Presidents 15 a bit of space, which is nice to see early on.
And here we go. Jack Cooklefeed does very well. Throws in. Healers secure the ball. They're going to look for the exit. Great boot there from Kennedy. And Matatatini will be waiting to greet him. Here he links up with James. James throws to Edie. Edie goes back towards him. Running towards the support players. Amwa, they're not letting him run much. Little bit of a fend there from Chittenden. Chittenden offloads, but all he'll find is the hands of John Southern. And here we go, the Healers, they've got possession again, but it looks like there'll be a penalty against them. It's their first of the match. So Jake Strawn, ball in hand, he's going to be kicking for the line. He wasn't greedy, takes it out about 18 metres from the Healers' defensive line. Now, what can an attacking QPR Presidents 15 line out muster? Sue Malalagi. Good strike. Here they go. Healers in defence now. And that'll be advantage from the knock on there. So the Presidents 15, they're making a few little errors around these breakdowns, Malia.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see it, Marty. I thought we'd see a little bit more polish from the Presidents 15 early on, but I guess they're just finding their feet. The Country Healers are taking advantage of it, though, and that's nice to see as well. So it'll be an interesting match, I think.
Well, I really think that the Healers have done a bit of their homework because they're really doing a fantastic job in limiting, heavy runners like Chittenden and especially Levi Amwa. They're wrapping him up around the ankles and they're not letting him get that momentum because we've seen all season during the QPR how much of a wrecking ball that guy can be for South.
Absolutely. Once he gets some space, there's no stopping him. He's just such a big force. And he's been really helpful for the South season and in revitalising it in the last few weeks. So I was really excited to see him this match, actually. But they've kept him quiet, so it'll be interesting to see how long that lasts.
Bradley offloads it through the back. Fletcher sends it out into the boot of Kennedy again. It'll go downfield. Safely taken by James. He'll link up with Edie. Edie fends one. Oh, second and third man will bring him down. Strawn off the back, offloads. Good ball to Matatatini. Chapman, Strawn. Here they go, working hard up the middle now. Great run, great defence from the Healers. Quick hands from the 15. Here they go, heavy run from Sue Milalagi. Starting to find their strides. Oh, and that's a big hit on Joel Brown. Great tackle from Sam Tweedy. And that'll be a penalty. Now that one, that'll rattle your ancestors. Great tackle there from Sam Tweedy. Jake Strawn finds that line again. And the Presidents 15. Oh, they somehow regathered the ball. Did a good job there. Jeffrey Farmasuli. Oh, and the Healers. Oh, there we go. The Healers a bit sloppy around the breakdown. Oh, they're going to go for the quick start. Strawn flicks it out. Good run there from Chittenden. He's got the noggin taped up. Heavy run from Futuaika. Chapman, Strawn. Strawn. Great defensive tackle there from Tim Rogers. Futuaika. Presidents 15, they want points. Oh, Patrick James not in the best position here. Oh, here's Amwa. Another great tackle around the legs on Amwa. Oh, this could be a try right there. And it looks like it'll be held up. That was a great run from Simana Halafanua, number 8.
Check out these stats, Marty. Country Healers tackles 27 as opposed to the QPR Presidents 15-3. That has to say something about the nature of the game.
Well, that's it. You know, the QPR, they're attacking quite heavily, but I'm really, really impressed with this Healers defence, you know. Yeah, they did quite well in the beginning of the game, benefiting from those couple of penalties, you know, in the first 2 minutes that the Presidents 15 gave away. But it looks like we're starting to see that Premier 15. They're getting their attacking phase. We're seeing Chapman and Strawn really feeding off one another. And here's a great scrum. Simmering around. Chapman feeds. Alafanua holds it at the back. He's just dribbling it. They're going towards the try line slowly. Advantage has been given. This is a fantastic Chapman. Chapman's wrapped up, but Chapman will go himself under the post, and that'll be a try.
Great work there by Nick Chapman. He actually, Marty, surprisingly represented the Country Healers in 2014, so I guess going up against the old team there must be an interesting aspect for Chapman.
Well, you know, this is probably one of the interesting aspects about this competition, you know. The Healers guys that are down and out, we see on this double take replay, it started great scrumming from them, but Chapman just did so well, slipped out of the tackle from Matt Gickwell and got himself over for the 5 points. And, you know, we know how deadly Jake Strawn is with the kicks, so I'm feeling pretty confident that we're going to see a 7-5 scoreline here. But the thing is about this competition is that we're definitely seeing some of these Healers players, they're playing good rugby. So I don't see any reason, you know, you might have that Nick Chapman that might decide to come down the hill and come down to QPR land and mix it up with these teams in the coming years. You don't know, but at least when they're out here, we're getting to see the play. And I have to say, really impressed with how they've been tackling so far.
Absolutely, and to have a crowd out here today to see the Country Healers in action and kind of get a glimpse of their rugby style is really exciting.
And the Healers, they kick deep, but all our finest Patrick James puts in the kick for exit, and you'll get it about 30 out. So here is a great attacking opportunity for the Healers. Then Captain Jack Cook. What a head of hair he's got. Here they go, quick three-man line out. Oh, and they just get it. Good hands there from James Turvey, and he'll run it into contact. Bradley from the back, offloads. And that'll be a knock on, so a little bit of panic there. They've knocked it on, they've lost the possession, but other than that, great attacking rugby from the Healers. Absolutely, they just need that composure to remain, and they should be able to turn this into something. They're certainly on the front foot here, so I look forward to seeing it. Well, the interesting thing is we're right down in the Premier Rugby end. You know, they're 30 metres out from their own line. You know, part of me thinks the Premier guys, they're going to try and go for a bit of a run with the likes of, you know, Matatatini and Edie on the wings. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the QPR 15 does here. With wingers like those guys, you don't have too many issues, Marty. But with good tackling like the Healers have got, it slows them right down. Oh. Interesting to see will Edie actually get a chance to play for this Premier Grade side. He currently plays for the Prem Colts at UQ. So he's getting a chance to showcase his talent here today, which is really exciting for him. Well, big thing about that, obviously they went head-to-head against Wes 2 weeks ago, and last week, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember. But, you know, top of the table clash there, and they drew 22 points all, so that's going to be an absolute nail-biter when we see them again in finals, hopefully. Really strong Colts competition this year, yeah. And here we go. Chapman feeds. 15, they're going to juggle it forward. Advantage given to them. They've got the ball. Some big opportunities here for all the players out there. There's going to be a lot of eyes here at the ground and abroad watching these games to see how they do. And with only a week under the belt, having to gel and mix with players, you know, from other clubs that they play against for the better part of 3 or 4 months. So that's what we love, though, isn't it? Having the opportunity to play with guys, that you usually play against. It makes you realise that the other team, they're not so bad. Tyrell Barker does a good job grabbing it off the top. Here's Strawn, little inside ball to a thundering Levi Armour. Armour, here we go. The big train offloads it. There's Asiata. Offloads, but they're going to lose it there. And it'll be knocked forward. The Healers in possession now. So the Healers, ball in hand. Picking and driving the options. Here's Cook. Cook gets hit hard. From the back, there's Bradley. Hits Fletcher. Fletcher. That's a cheeky little kick. It's going to go up. He's going to find Matatatini out the back. And here goes Matatatini. Here's one guy you don't want to give space. Matatatini chips. Oh, but he slaughtered that kick. It's gone out on the full. Yeah, we talked about it, Malia, those wingers, Edie and Matatatini, do not give them that much room to move, or it could be lights out.
That pressure there from the Healers, though, definitely put him under pressure, and yeah, can clearly see what happens there.
Here's Cook. Cook goes up, out to the back. Very good. Safe hands there from Gikwell. Oh, Fletcher, that was a very flat pass, but here's Rogers. Offloads it. Kennedy offloads, goes back, finds the winger Swanson. Bradley. Oh, that's a great ball. Oh, Turvey will be livid. Very, very flat. So, great attacking rugby there from the Healers, Malia, you know, making the most of that fumbled President's 15 ball. At the President's 15, they're just going to get that scrum outside the 22. It'll be interesting what they're going to do here.
Yeah, they're really starting to build the President's 15, and if the Country Healers aren't careful, they might put them under quite a bit of pressure, as we're seeing. They've just got to keep it together, Country Healers, and I've still got hope for them. Still hope to come.
What do you mean? Still got hope? You know, obviously the territory's a bit skewed at the moment, 82-18, but if we take that out of the equation and we look above, it's 7-5. The Healers are there,
That's
and if
it.
you mark my words, they're only, you know, 24 metres out from this Premier Grade line, but they've shown they've got the ability to really snipe in there and clean up a stray ball, so I'm backing the Healers today. I want them to get up.
Absolutely. I've just got to rein it in.
Big engage there. Chapman will feed. Not wasting any time. Chapman. Oh, that'll be a knock ball down, so it'll be another scrum. Strawn's got it in hand. Advantage for the President's 15. Chapman. Links up. Does well. Finds Williamson. But looks like we'll go back to the initial infringement. And obviously in Barbarian style, all of the QPR players are wearing their native socks. You know, it's fair to say when you look across there, we got, you know, pretty much every team accounted for in the mix here. But especially, you know, we're seeing a lot of the Souths and the Norths guys in the mix, and we've, you know, got 2 or 3 Bond players in there as well. So it's good to see that these guys are getting around this on their week off. Tyrell Barker, great ball off the top. Chapman links up to Strawn. Strawn. Oh, and here's Chittenden. Look, there was a bit of confusion there. Richie Asiata was kind of in the mix, and then he kind of wasn't, but it looks like the play will go on. Oh, there's another heavy run from Halafanua. Chapman. Strawn, little cheeky kick there, running through his Armour. Armour. Whoa. Kennedy does well to miss him. Kennedy will take it into contact. Quick pop up to find Bradley. Here come the Healers now. Just knocking on halfway. There's a good run from John Southern. Pushes over the halfway. They're now back into QPR territory. Great inside ball. Here they go. There's Cook. Cook will be down. What a great ball to Gikwell. They've got advantage. Healers looking very dangerous here. That was another good run there from Josh Fletcher, the 5'8". Woo. They've got to play it down. I think it might be the captain there, Jack Cook. And that's fantastic attacking rugby from the Healers, Malia. They've really brought the game back in to the QP President's 15 half in great form.
They must have heard me, Marty.
Yeah, that's it. Saw all of those. I think we saw Jack Cook Mullet just kind of stand up on end a bit when he heard that comment. But Jack Cook now, he's on the deck. Fearless leader with the rockin' mane.
And he knows exactly what Premier Rugby is all about, having previously played for Brothers, Marty. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting dynamic seeing him. I guess it would be different rugby up in the country, and we're seeing it here, but they're definitely not doing.
I think it would definitely be
themselves
colder.
justice.
I think it would be a lot colder up in the country.
Yes.
Because, you know, we
I think you're
sometimes
right.
during the QPR season, we get up there once or twice to do games, and oh, that's no good. Jack Cook looks like a bit of a potential reoccurring knee injury there, and the captain / hooker, I think he'll be greatly missed, but, you know, running on there will be Wilson Anoka to jump in to fill the void. And is this not ambition? 42 metres out in front. Can the country kid Shane Kennedy walk the walk? Because my word, this is talking the talk right now. So he's pretty much straight in front of the posts.
Will it have the legs, Marty?
Kennedy, 41 metres out. Strikes. And strikes it well. And the rest.
That was a surprise, Marty. Great work there by Shane.
And the Healers back in the lead, 8 points to 7. Now, obviously, we are on a bit of a break here, but next week we will be back to our regular schedule of QPR. It's going to be round 14. The Tigers will be hosting Norths over at Tigerland. So, as per usual, make sure you're tuned in, 3 o'clock, to get back into QPR land. And we are getting to the pointy end of the season, and the Tigers are definitely in contention for that top 4. Oh, and that is no arms in that tackle. Thank you very much. And this could be the cheese, Malia.
Yeah, it won't be good for the President's 15 to have this. Oh.
And he's gone. Futaika. It was prop on prop, and James Turvey copped every bit of it in that tackle, but they're going to have the last laugh and they're going to get the penalty. And there's that phenomenal kick from Kennedy. Someone give the boy a contract. That kid can kick. And here we go. Healers, numerical advantage, especially where it counts in the front row. Oh, and that's going to hurt them. But Halafanua will clean up the scrappy ball. 10 minutes, so we're not going to see a full complement QPR President's 15 until the 33rd minute. Chapman bullets it out to Strawn. Here's Armour. Armour busts through 2, 3. Oh, they've got to get 4 or 5 on there to get him down. Chapman. Oh, Strawn does well. Finds the space. Definitely one of the up-and-comers of this QPR competition here. Bullets from Chapman. He's playing with some vigour. Oh, and here we go. That could be a penalty against the President's 15. Holding on. And there was a good little bit of sportsmanship there from Wilson Anoka.
Like to
helping
see
up
that, Marty.
Mr. Chittenden. Absolutely. You know, they're like our country cousins, these guys. And, you know, they might be smacking each other around out here at Ballymore, but I'm sure that after the game there's going to be good stories told and everyone's going to have a great time. But here we go. Full complement. Country Healers looking very dangerous. 25 metres out from that President's 15 try line. And did I mention they're up 8 points to 7? Here's this sassy 3-man line out. What are they going to do? They're going to go to the back, but it looks like they've read it, but they won't get there. Great work from the Healers. Such trickery. I love it. Sam Tweedy there taking it into contact. Good ball from Bradley. Finds a burrowing John Southern. Here they go again. Options to the left. Great hands. And there's Hawker making his way to about 15 metres out. Oh, he was a bit off guard there, but Gickwell will take it into contact. Looks like he's got a bit of competition. It looks like we got advantage. Good turnover by the President's 15. Great strike from James, but it won't find the line. Advantage over. They're going to flick it out. Very loopy and wide. McKill offloads it. Inside ball. There was a good run from Kerwin Swanson. Bradley picks it out. Finds Fletcher. Fletcher offloads. Good run there from Tweedy. Oh, here's a good run from Turvey. Turvey will go down. Long place. Bradley hits Fletcher. Fletcher into some space, but he'll get wrapped up by Richie Asiata. Bradley at the back now. He's got options. Here's Nielsen. Nielsen, the prop can dance. Bit of a pivot, if you don't mind. Bradley hits the options again. Here's the sub. Anuka. They're going to keep going. Great attack. Great phase play here from the Healers. Good ball retention. They're really working it well. Oh, but that'll be the fumble. Commentator's curse. Spoke too soon.
There were some great phases there by the Country Healers. I was getting very excited watching that build up, but credit to the Healers, the President's 15 defence. They didn't let them.
Well, they didn't let them break through too much, but we saw that the Healers worked their way up from about 50 out, and they got knocking on that 22 door. So it's really hurting them at the moment, having the man off, and we're going to have to see them here to lose yet another player so they can get the prop back on. And it looks like we're going to see Jeffrey Farmasili leaving the field and coming on. I think it might have been, was that number 17, Maylene Namo?
It was.
Maylene Namo now on the pitch. We're in the 27th minute. Been good scrumming so far. Oh, looks like it might be a bit of a blood bin on one of the Healers' elbows. John Southern. Oh, and that's not the cleanest. Oh, here go the Healers. Managed to hoodwink President's 15, and they've got the ball now. Here they go, back on the attack. They do this well. Good little offload. There's Geekwell. I see a knock on there. Is it going to be the quick restart? And they have. Here go for the quick restart. President's 15 on the attack. That'll be advantage. And there we go. They're not wasting any time. Chapman offloads. Here's Edie. Edie, he's getting encircled. They're going to work their way through the hands now. Oh, that was to nobody. That was pass first, look second. But it won't matter. Charlie McKill was offside.
Great run there by Will Eadie.
Yeah, and we saw him though. It was just like the sheepdogs converging on the lonesome sheep. The Healers really was surrounding him. He didn't have much square else to go. And we see Strawn. Strawn wants 7 points. He's going to kick for the line. And they're taking their time as they come in. 6-man line out. The President's 15. Good throw from Suam Alagi. Out the back. Does well. All right, working through the hands. Strawn, little inside ball to Chittenden. Chittenden, he goes over.
Nice work there by the President's 15.
Chittenden does exceptionally well. They found the 5 points they so desperately needed in the 29th minute. And it's going to be followed up by a Strawn conversion. We see here on the double take replay, they worked it really hard and fast. Chapman, Strawn does really well on that nice short outside line, had Chittenden running hard and straight, and that got the try. So now it's just all up to Jake Strawn to kick it.
I shouldn't be too hard, should it, for Strawn?
Well, Jake Strawn, season in, season out, he's always been one of the top contenders for our leading point scorers, ahead of a good Sunnybank outfit. So, kid gets a bit of practice, and it pays off there. Now the President's 15 back in the lead. Just though, 14 points to 8. The Healers are still in it.
It certainly wasn't the result I was expecting at this point of the match, Marty.
Absolutely, I'm actually very impressed. The Healers are playing some sensational rugby here today, and what I'm most impressed with is their ball security. But when we have a look at the territory and the possession as we come through, 55-45 ball game for both. So they've definitely brought the game back, and they're kind of slowing it down. And we see there, Tyrell Barker, great take in the air. Edie jumping at halfback. There's a little cheeky run from Sue Malagi. Chapman flicks it out. There's Strawn. Strawn hits Williamson. Williamson does pretty well. Oh, and the Healers. Pilfer Kings. That's the second or third time they've done that this game. Bradley from the back hits Fletcher. Fletcher working it out. There's some sniping defense. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy sees something happening out the back, goes for the kick. Oh, that's a big no-no. Don't let it bounce. And Kennedy follows up. What an aggressive play that was. Up, quick restart. Good pass in there from Tim Rogers. They're going to work it out. They're going to go back towards their defence. Their support players. Oh, nearly gets chopped by Richie Asiata. Here they go, pick and drive. James Turvey there. James Turvey, another great haircut. Business at the front, party at the back. Here come the Healers. Here he is again. Turvey works it up, the big front rower. Bradley from the back. Here's a bit of a run from Planton. Here's another sub on for the Healers. They're starting to rotate through. It looks like we have the lights of Corish on as well. Bradley. Heavy run from Tulloch. Doesn't matter, Malia, if they're attacking that well. If they can't hold on to that ball and keep it alive on their side, it's going to cause problems.
Yeah, definitely so late in the first half too. I mean, there's 10 minutes to go, but they want to keep on that attacking foot if they can, the Healers, and obviously try and add some points before the end of the first half is definitely the ultimate goal here.
Absolutely, and that's it's a big ego game right now, and with the clock starting to tick down, and we're going to see that President's 15 is going to be filled back up. They're going to have a full 15 players on the field momentarily. That the moment they go to that half, you want to be the attack. Oh, and that's some great counter scrumming there from Wilson and Ocker. Here they come. Oh, that's a good little offload. Had the forwards waiting in the middle of the field. There we go, a little bit of a slip up there, but they're going to go quickly. Here, oh, there's Almoa. Almoa goes through two, bats off the third. Bats off the fourth and fifth, and he'll find the corner.
That's what we love from Levi Moore. Give him space, and he'll hit anything, break through. That's what we see week in, week out, South.
The interesting thing with him, though, the Healers did it so well in the opening 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They got him around the ankles. They just wrapped him up, and they called timber, and he would just go to the deck every time. But they're getting a bit tall. Are they getting a bit tired? Maybe. But they're letting him run. And we see here in the double take replay, it was just a great offload. And Levi Amoa goes straight over one, fends the second, fends the third, fends the fourth. It's a fender bender of a try. Great stuff there from the South Centre. He's been featured quite heavily this year for South. He hasn't missed too many games. And he's got Jake Strawn now to back up for the kick.
He's clearly seen they've put him on the back foot in the beginning and kind of not given him much room, and he's gone, no thank you, I'll take that and I'll run with it. He's gotten the confidence, and it's what we like to see from him.
Well, the other thing is I think we're starting to see the combination of Strawn and Chapman. They're keeping Levi loaded in the pocket, already running through, so he's hitting them with momentum, not giving it to a flat-footed version. And Strawn, uncharacteristically, he'll miss that conversion. Presidents 15 ahead, 19 points to 8. There's only 11 points the difference as we go into the 35th minute.
You talk about that pairing between Chapman and Strawn. I was interested to see that coming into this game, especially when we usually see Strawn with Isaac Fines-Levasseur, obviously, week in, week out at Sunnybank. So it's interesting to see him be able to pair with someone else.
Yeah, it is really good because the big thing is obviously Jake Strawn hasn't had much in the way of NRC representation yet. So Isaac Fines has been his bread and butter, and here comes Chittenden, and it looks like it might be a bit of a forward pass there. Yeah, absolutely right. And you don't. That's the big thing about today. A lot of these guys haven't had to leave their club pond. It's too much, and right now it's giving them an opportunity. They're having to play, outside of their comfort zones, and they've got to try and. They're all in this new pool together, and they've got to try and make it all work. And it's good to see that Jake Strawn is doing such a good job.
Absolutely, and having this Presidents 15 together, particularly this year, is really interesting because the competition has been so, I think, well balanced. Week in, week out, you can't select a winner out of any game, really. I mean, UQ's obviously been the main dominance throughout the season, not winning any matches and winning by significant margins. But to have the other teams be fairly undecided, fairly balanced, and to see them all in one team now is really exciting to see all the players build well and mesh well and get that kind of groove going. So it was going to be an exciting match, and it's turning out to be.
Oh, and here we go. Here come the Healers. They're attacking. They want some points before they go into the half. Bradley offloads. There's the party man, James Turvey, rocking it up the middle. Oh, and there we go. They've lost the ball forward, and here they come on the counter-attack. Levi Amoa. Oh, and it looks like he's going to drop it off the boot of Edie. Edie. He'll soccer it into their half, but it won't be good enough. They're going to bring it right on back. Looks like we've got a lot of people out in Australia and overseas watching. Remember, guys, if you are watching abroad, drop us a comment, and we'll try and give you shout-outs where we can. Obviously, we've got a lot of people out in the country that are having a watch the Savi, seeing some relatives and friends playing down in the Big Smoke, down in Brisbane. Great to see. It's a great turnout here as we stand up and have a look down to the grandstand. Be easily a couple of thousand here in attendance having a watch. Sam Bradley, ball in hand. Country Healers playing some sensational rugby, and they want to try and find some more points to close that gap as they get close to the half-time. Bradley feeds. Oh, and there we go. This will be the first penalty against the Presidents 15 scrum today, Malia.
Yes, it will be, Marty. both the scrums are fairly evenly matched. I don't think we've seen particularly dominant on either occasion. Can't really pick it, but I've been impressed by the set piece of both teams today.
Well, it seems these Country Healer boys, they've really spent a lot of time in preparation for today's game. And, I think that's where you kind of see the seesaw leveling out a little bit. Obviously, yes, the QPR guys are doing this stuff every week and they're getting together. But I think this Country Healers team, they spent a lot of time with each other. They've been training up for this and they're gelling phenomenally well. And they're within striking distance. They've shown their ability to score when they get close to the line. They're going to go up the front. Great safe hands there from Tate McDermott. Not from Tate McDermott, I beg your pardon, from John Vincent. And here go the Healers driving ball. It's at the back. It's in the hands of Corish. They are flirting with that sideline. They're going to keep going. Ball's in the hands at the back. Can they find the line? Oh. And that will be a try. The Country Healers, they are back and ready to go.
Sensational stuff there. That's the second time that's happened to lead in a try, to lead to a try, sorry. That's the stuff from the Healers.
And we see it's this great set piece from the Healers. They get the driving maul on here and they stay very persistent. They stay with the ball. We see the hands there of Brett Corish. He's going to offload it. It changes hands. And there we go, into the hands of Hugh Huppets. And Huppets will go over the line, and that's a great try. And that's one of the big things about those set pieces, Malia, now that, they've got to get to the ball to the back. And the team that can steady themselves whilst attacking really has a high success rate when it comes to tries. So that, for me, just says that the Presidents 15, they cannot let the Healers get within 20 metres and give them a line out, because every time they have, turned into a try.
Absolutely.
And here comes Big Boot Kennedy slugged one from 41 metres there. Let's see what he can do from 23 out and 5 in from the sideline. Kennedy strikes. Great flight, and that'll be flags. And we are etching very close to the half-time, and the Healers are only down by 4 points, trailing 15 points to 19 against the Premier Presidents 15. And we can see the shadows are definitely getting long here at Ballymore. That's going to go high. It's going to be right down Turvey's throat. The ball will be lost backwards. Oh, bit of a stray pass there. Healers have just got to hold on to it going into the half-time. And that'll be half-time on the dot here. And what a phenomenal opening 40 minutes of rugby. The Presidents 15, narrowly ahead, 19 points to 15. It looks like there's no love lost between these teams. They're having some absolute great times out there between them. And we're going to jump straight in to our statistics, Malia, and what a story these statistics tell. Now, we have a look at this. You know, by all accounts, the Presidents 15 with about 65 to 35 in the territory in possession, and the scores being that close, I think it's fair to say that the Presidents 15, they're doing not as much with the ball as the Healers.
No, definitely not. The stats are interesting there, and to see the Healers come back at the end of the second half there was what we wanted to see to make sure that the game obviously stays level. Absolutely. Yeah. And to see the territory and possession scores there, I think speaks volume, but then doesn't also do it justice either, the fact that the Country Healers have fought back and they're doing incredibly well to hold their own here.
Well, the big thing that jumps out at me, it's the tackles missed. Now, we've got 10 to 2, and the Healers are narrowly down. So for me, that's a bit of a scary one, because if the Healers can clean up those missed tackles and, a few of those handling errors, they very easily going to get themselves back in the game, because, tackle miss is going to mean we're going to see higher territory for the Presidents 15 and a bit more possession for them as well. So for me, if they can clean those tackles up, they're going to be doing well. And on that note, 47 to 24, it's not like they're not tackling at all. They're just really having a hard day of it when it comes to that department. Yeah,
it shows their defence, though, to have 47 to 24 tackles is really impressive for the Country Healers.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is half-time. Now, remember, if you are on Facebook, find our second half link, and that'll keep you updated with the rest of the game. And if you're on YouTube, don't go anywhere. It is half-time, and the Presidents 15, only just ahead, 19 points over the Country Healers, 15. We're going to be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. And if you are joining us for the first time, if you're back joining us for the second time, welcome to the second half. It is the first of 3 matches for the combined Country Healers team. They are against a barbarian-style President's 15 from the Brisbane Premier Grade competition. Good afternoon and welcome to the Reds TV live stream for this match. My name is Martin Lippiett, and joining me in commentary once again for the second half, Malia Ivory.
It's been an exciting match so far, Marty. I'm excited to see the
Well,
second half.
absolutely. It's been so close. Obviously, 19 points to 15. I think there would have been some skeptics coming into this game, and I think they've all been silenced. And interestingly enough, just spoke to one of the assistant managers for the Country Healers. Guess how many days they've spent in camp together?
I'd be fascinated to know.
One day.
Very
the
impressive.
Healers have spent a day
Yeah.
together, and they are sticking it to this President's 15, who have been together for a week down here in the Big Smoke, Brisbane. And here we go. Great start here for the President's 15. It'll be on all fours. Stuart Williamson from Souths. Strawn sends it out. James flicks another one out. There's Armour. Armour will knock the ball on. Here's an opportunity for the Healers straight away. Running away. Here's David West. Offloads. Oh, this could be a big, great. Oh, he's got the flick. Oh, woo, hot stuff there. Will Rogers.
That is the sort of stuff we love though, Marty.
We are 30
High
seconds into the
intensity.
second half. Woo, hot damn.
Good stuff.
We'll take replay here, and we see it starts. That knocked on ball from Armour. They quickly recovered, and Will Rogers, I don't want to say getting caught with your pants down, but my word, the President's 15. They have got a long 40 minutes if that's how it starts at the beginning. Tyrell Barker does well, takes the line out. Good little run there from Gareth Ryan of Brothers. Flick it out the back. There's Strawn. Strawn will kick. And he won't be able to find the exit. And here comes David West. Links up with Kennedy. They're going to go out wide again. Good heavy run from Rogers. The Healers. They are charging at the Premier 15. Oh, James Turvey shows and goes. Oh, and here's a great run from Anoka. Here they come from the back. Bradley hits Fletcher. Fletcher. Oh, it's a good hit there on Vincent. And Tyrell Barker, he's floating with it on the side. He knows better. Bradley does well. Oh, and that could be a turnover. Nope, they've held on. Bradley goes the short side, hits Vincent again. Vincent does well. The Healers etching closer and closer. Stern words at half-time because they have come out firing, ladies and gentlemen. The Healers being slowed down. Oh, Bradley. Bradley thinks he sees some space. Offloads it. Finds Vincent again. Vincent does well. Tyrell Barker tries to go for the pilfer one-on-one, but he can't get there. Here come the Healers over the 22. They've got momentum now. Picking and going. At the back, Bradley flicks it out. There's Fletcher. Fletcher. Great ball to a steaming Harry Hawker. The H-bomb does well. Bradley hits Vincent again. Vincent and Bradley, the dynamic duo. Picking and driving. Oh, that's a great little 1-2 combination. There's Anoka. Anoka does well. All kinds of trickery. Here's Wes. Bradley doing a fantastic job leading from the back of the breakdown. They're charging in. Vincent, that guy can't keep him down. Bradley finds Fletcher. Fletcher's got options. Floats one out wide. Here comes Hawker. Hawker. Hawker in the corner. Healer time, baby. They are up now in the lead.
Great attack there by the Healers. Really exciting start to the second half. This is just a good old-fashioned hit out at Ballymore.
Absolutely. 19. Exactly. You know, you got to give them what they want. And this was just brilliant. They've come out straight from that kickoff, all guns blazing. And we see here Fletcher ignores the two options, hits Hawker out wide. Hawker fends off Matatatini. Not even Amwa can slow him down. That was fantastic work from Fletcher. Such great vision there to float it over the top and to find the winger.
That's becoming quite a popular little play in a lot of games, is that wide pass. Just being able to have the confidence, I guess, to reach that player right on the wing, and it can pay dividends, as we're seeing here, that you can slide one, sail one right up the wing.
Well, the other thing is you've got to remember, when you got, Big Boot Kennedy on your team, this kid can do no wrong. Here's going to be another 2 points potentially for them, and they're going to put themselves back into the lead convincingly. Kennedy strikes. Unsuccessful.
May have jinxed him there, Marty.
Nah, he'll come back, I believe in him. And the Country Healers in the lead. 22 points to 19. Points to 19. I'm believing in him too much, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go, short restart, Strawn, straight up, straight down. And that is a fantastic take, but it'll be knocked on. And what a brilliant take there from Lachlan Tulloch. First scrum of the second half, let's see what both sides can muster. In the front row now. Both sides are going to have to work really hard here. Damon Murphy doing a great job down on ground zero. Oh, and Halafanua is going to hold it in. He's going to juggle. There's advantage. Halafanua is going to keep it going forward. Goes himself. Halafanua does very well. Good hands there from Tate McDermott in the number 22. Sue Malagi, he'll get wrapped up. President's 15, Halafanua. Archie Bargy all his way in. Bit of a floating pass, but it'll get picked up. Great hands from Sue Malagi. Hooker's having a great game today. And we're going to come all the way back to that penalty from the scrum. Strawn offloads. Armour. Kennedy, the sly. Around the ankles tap there, but Armour, the raging bull. Can't slow him down. And just what sensational leg drive from Levi Armour, Malia.
They even got him around the ankles, like you said, Marty. Didn't stop him that time.
And we'll get back to this double take replay. And we just see it was great vision when they brought it back for the penalty. They came down the far side here, and Strawn, he knows Levi Moore is what he's capable of, offloads it, and we just see him. Such resilience, gets back up. The players give him a bit of a push, but it's just that leg drive. He's just so strong and runs such a hard straight line, which is exactly what you want for a centre. And no surprise there that he gets the try and propels the President's 15 back into the lead, 24 points to 20, with a kick from Strawn to come.
Healers were definitely showing some dominance in the beginning of the second half there. Had a bit of confidence. We're building some phases together, and then the QPR guys have just come back and surprised everyone, I think.
Well, the big thing that I'm liking about it most is that it's the way the Healers have attacked. When they get close to that line, their completion rate's phenomenal. They've just got to try and get that beginning and the middle sorted out so they can keep putting themselves into advantageous positions as opposed to off the back of a President 15's error.
Yeah.
And if they can do that, I'm just still shell-shocked that they've only had a day together before coming into this competition. It is unbelievable. And obviously we've got a bit of a break here today with our QPR competition, but we will be back at Tigerland next week where East are hosting North, and East are definitely going to be on the finals road. And here we go, President's 15. Like a bat out of hell, Suhaim Lalagi charges straight through. Advantage of the President's 15. McDermott from the back. Flicks it out to Strawn. Strawn links up. There's James. James floats one out to Matatatini. Matatatini will go down. Haven't seen too much from Matatatini in the last 20 minutes of play. Tate McDermott gives him a piggyback.
I was just going to say, he's been quite quiet out there on the wing. He is dangerous when he gets some space, and he's got the legs to complete any try that you put in his hand, any ball that you put in his hands, he can sail over the line. So they've definitely been doing a good job of keeping him quiet on the wing over there.
Yeah, they've really started to pick out. The thing is, they've been keeping Matatatini down, but Levi Armour in the last 20 minutes, he just seems to be finding space and getting real dangerous. And as you remember, guys, make sure you're at Suncorp Stadium on Friday the 7th of July for the St George Queensland Reds Indigenous round clash against the Brumbies. This will be the team's final home game of the year, so get to the game to farewell your favourite players for the year. Kickoffs at 7:45 with ticketing and event information available via redsrugby.com.au. And we're here, time off in the 50th minute of this epic clash between the President's 15 and the Country Healers. And we see it's been a jam-packed afternoon. We've obviously had the University Women versus Griffith Women at 1:10. We had the President's 15 versus the Healers 15 for the Colts at 1:30. And right now we're into our major, the piece de resistance of the night. It'll be the President's 15 versus the Healers 15. And what a phenomenal game it has been so far, Malia.
Exciting in every element of it. I think the crowd are definitely picking up energy here as they see both teams just fighting it out. A good, hard-fought battle. As I said before, just everything that you want to see in a game, it's got it.
Well, my main man, James Turvey, looks like he's getting a bit of medical on that. I think it's an ankle. And, the big thing is for these guys, they've got three games coming up. And I was speaking to one of the assistant managers for this Country Healers team, and the end goal for this is they want to see some of these guys that they want to play rugby to get down here and playing in more consistent comps. But here come the President's 15, and Matatatini in the corner gets set up in a phenomenal fashion, and that'll be a great try for the President's 15. And we just see there, I think that's a little bit from the experience that the President's 15 have. They saw, I think the Healers might be getting a little bit tired. They've had a big 50 minutes of rugby so far, and this is where the rolling game for the President's 15 will start to get dangerous. And it was a great ball at the top from Tyrell Barker to McDermott, and we see them working out, and it was such a good ball from Connor Chittenden, linking up with fellow Norths player Varesa Matatatini for the try.
We were only just saying that they were keeping him quiet on the wing, and then he's gone and done that. He's just shown what he's made of.
I need to stop saying things.
I know.
The opposites happen far too often.
Definitely.
And we see now the President's 15. They're ahead 31-20. It looks like we've got a few subs taking place now. Gareth Ryan's on the paddock. Looks like we've also got Ty Ford. And the handling errors for the Healers, 3-5. And the missed tackles, they've added another one on in the last 11 minutes, and it's 11-2. So they really need to start tying those loose ends up. Well, the President's 15 is going to run away with it, and conversion successful. They're going to up the lead, 33 points to 20 here at Ballymore. As the sun finally sets and casts the long shadow across the entirety of the field. It'll be the Healers for the restart, with Shane Kennedy with the ball in hand. He's going to go high and short this time. And it's not going to make the 10 metres. As we look around the paddock, let's have a look at the substitutions that we've got coming on now. Alex Casey from Souths is on for the President's 15. Tate McDermott as well. And in the front row, we've got Gareth Ryan. I believe Amelie Namo as well. So full new front row. Might have been a few other changes around as well.
Lavenia Nari's on at the back.
And the ball's at Anari's feet. He links up with McDermott. McDermott goes down the far side. Here they go. Edie slips through. Does well to hold on to the ball. McDermott over the top now. McDermott flings her out. Good run by Gareth Ryan, but I think it'll be advantage to the Healers for the knock on. They're going to keep the momentum rolling forward. Here they go, the Healers. They've been a bit quiet on the attacking front. Oh, and that was a good tackle onto Mackenzie Burgess. Looks like Will Gilbert there is also, he's jumped in at halfback for the Healers. Gilbert flicks it out. Oh, a little bit of a show and go. Great work from Charlie McKill. The number 6, a little bit of a kick in play. It'll bounce and roll around. Oh, and here's a great run from Mitch Third from Bond University. Mitch Third jumps on. Here they go, working it through the hands. Oh, a little bit of a jitter in the step from Lavenia Nari, wearing the number 20 today. Oh, and there's some very good play from Gilbert. Gilbert, will he be able to clean it up? Nope. Premier 15 will get on top of it. They've done very well. Tate McDermott from the back now. 54th minute of play. Good run from Alex Casey. A little bit of a kick in play. And that'll be a great take. Kennedy, he'll link up. Burgess. Oh, and that's a great kick for touch. He's backed up. Here we go. Country Healers. They may be down, but they are not out. They're going to try and look for redemption here. They're going to try and pilfer this line out away from the President's 15. As we enter the 55th minute of this encounter, 25 remaining. Ball goes up, great take, and McDermott will knock it on. And fortuitous circumstance it is. Country Healers now on the 22 for the President's 15. Good opportunity for them to attack, and we see that possession 64 to 36. Hasn't changed too much, but we're seeing a slight change in the territory stats with it going to 59-41. So the Healers, they're doing better with the ball in hand now as going into the second half. It's time to see what they can do going forward. Will Gilbert, he's going to try and get that ball out. He'll flick it out, but it looks like there'll be a penalty against the Healers for not pushing straight. So, good work undone there. And it'll go down, it'll be the boot there of AJ Alatimu in jersey number 21. President's 15, fake at the front, they go to the back, safe hands of Tyrell Barker. Here's McDermott. McDermott recently made UQ his new home. Find that one out if you keep up with the weekly editions of QPR Weekly, which are available every Friday. Great reads every week. McDermott from the back goes behind the burn. Oh, and there's Chittenden. Chittenden shimmies his way through the sniping defence. Oh, and that was a great little inside pass there from Alatimu. President's 15, they want more points. Pushing their way. Oh, great work over the ruck by the President's 15 there. Heavy high running from Ty Ford, but he'll manage to do well and keep it. McDermott now down the short side, gives it to Alatimu. Chittenden. Here they go, working it out. Gareth Ryan in the mix. Working it through the hands. Oh, that's a great little inside ball. Alatimu links around on the outside. They've got the numbers. And that'll be try time to Jeffrey Farmer-Silly from Sunnybank. They're going to extend the scoring line. The points line, I beg your pardon. They're up now.
This was not what I expected at the beginning of the second half. When we saw Country Healers come out with that energy and that passion that we saw, I was definitely expecting big things.
That's the thing, and I think they really crept up on the President's 15, but we're seeing here, this is just knee-jerk rugby for this President's 15. They did so well. Just responsive, following up with the passes, supporting the player, and Jeffrey Farmasuli goes across. The 59th minute now, with a kick to come from AJ Alatimu. AJ Alatimu this season, I don't want to be too mean, but he's had some very, very clutch kicks for Jeeps during the season. You know, game-winning kicks, game-losing kicks. It's been a hell of a season for him, and he's really had a great breakthrough year with the Gallopers, and it's really good to see him out playing here with the President's 15 today. Strike, and he'll be unsuccessful. President's 15 leading 38 points to Healers 20. And we talked about this. We're back to our regular Premier Grade competition. Round 14 next week. 5 to go before we come back here to the home of Queensland Rugby, Ballymore, for the big show. It's going to be our finals. Top 4 will go through. There's a lot on the line. Got a good 3 or 4 teams there in contention, but right now it's Chittenden. Chittenden off. Oh. And that'll be a penalty against the Healers for batting it down. AJ Alatimu, he'll look for the line. The penalties conceded, Malia, 9-5. The Healers have been their own worst enemy, but we see there Alatimu was not successful in finding the line. So the Healers will kick for exit, and they'll miss it too. So just some tired, unorganised bodies out there right now, but here they go. Edie. McDermott, Alatimu. Little bit of a shimmy step there from Maili Namo. Oh, and that's some great work there from Matt Geekwell. Turns the ball over. Here comes Gilbert. Finds the man. Healers finally getting the ball back in possession. Gilbert, great little vision. Little bit of vision there. Finds the space out the back. Wreaking havoc on the unsuspecting President's 15. 61st minute now. 3/4 of the game is up. There's Strawn. Strawn offloads. Some fancy footwork from Manatatini, but they'll get him low. President's 15 recycling well. Here they come down the far side. Namo. AJ Alatimu does very well. Oh, and here they go. Manatatini into the corner. That man can run.
We've said it before, we'll say it again. He's dangerous with the ball in hand. That guy. Straight down the wing.
Absolutely. And we're seeing now President's 15. I think the difference in fitness is starting to rear its head a bit here. As we're seeing the President's 15, they're playing expansive rugby from each side of the field until they find their in and send over some of their fleets to Timber. And we see it starts here. Alatimu does very well, gets the ball out. Strawn floats it out wide, and Manatatini just has to put on the wheels, and not even Hawker could get him. And AJ Alatimu from Jeeps Club now on the sideline. 24 out. Could propel President's 15 up to 45 points. Strikes. Flags are up. Great kick there from the Jeeps native. And you know, a lot of the clubs, it's interesting. It's like we've talked about already in this game, Leah, where a lot of these players, you know, they're native clubs, you know, whether it be Souths, Norths, Uni, Jeeps, you know, we've got a whole plethora of them here. It's really great to see that they're all feeding off each other so well. And is producing some fantastic rugby. And that is another great take from Chittenden. Scoring perfect tens in the air, that man. Oh, loose ball here. Strawn out the back. Strawn. Knee-jerk kick for exit. He won't find the line. All he'll find is Kennedy. They're going to link up. Oh, and here's one of the men of the hour, James Turvey. Turvey. Goes straight into the contact. Gilbert flicks it out. Cheeky run there from Vincent. He's been a bit quiet the last 5 or 10. Looking for options coming down here on the short side. There's the 40-metre line. Gilbert flicks it out. Oh, great little ball from Geekwell. But oh, and that is not good. Gareth Ryan, the front rower. His noggin copped a flogging, and he's going to have to go get some stitches in that one. You know, most people just say that's character.
That's it. Means you've had a hard game, doesn't it, Marty?
Oh.
Battle scars?
Well, that's it. You know, the front rowers usually don't have too much going for them in the looks department, let's be honest. So, you know, a couple of scars kind of makes it all right. A good replay here. We're going to see them come in. And we see the head clash between
teammate
Namo.
on teammate as well.
Yeah, Namo and Ryan. That's often how it happens a lot of the time. It'll be two tacklers kind of going opposite direction around the defender. And then either noggins meet or shoulder or something else quite hard hits a noggin, and then that's it, all over Red Rover.
We've spoken a bit about how there's a few players from each team that have obviously played together, but this side here is basically made up from all different teams. It'd be interesting to see how they actually prepared for the matchup against the Healers, being the same sort of team. You can't watch one team and get an idea of how they perform. You know, you'd have to do a lot of research into each player to get their style.
You need to do research into the players. You'd also have to have a very good understanding of, you know, the style of rugby that the coaches in charge will be engaging. And, you know, yeah, you're going to have some players like your Levi Amlers, and then on the other side of the field, when you look at players like Harry Hawker, they all have they bring their own flair to the game. So it's a different kind of challenge as opposed to the week in, week out. Oh, and that was a great hit from Tyrell Barker. He wasn't able to finish it. The Healers, here they go. Oh, but they've knocked a ball. And running away with it is Lavinianari. A little bit of a chip there from AJ Alatimu. He's got Matatatini out wide. Matatatini. Kick and chase on right now. Slaloms through 2 or 3 defenders. Offloads. Oh, and that can't be completed. And what great pinpoint kicking from AJ Alatimu, puts it right down the throat.
We just need to keep talking about players, Marty, because they seem to shine after.
Yeah, that's it.
We said he was quiet on the wing, and now he's just come back. Matatini, and he's just impressing, as he does week in, week out for Norths. He's always a stable. He's always the one that is accountable on that wing, and he is dangerous.
Well, I think the President's 15 are taking note now that there are some tired bodies on that Healers squad, and they're really starting to try and work it out to the edges to, you know, muck around out there to see if they can find some space, because it's like we've been talking about. They've got Edie on one wing, Matatatini on the other, Jake Strawn, AJ Alatimu. Like, it's a very, very aggressive backline that they've set up there. And, you know, Chittenden hasn't switched off for 67 minutes.
Impressive this game he has been. Just giving him an opportunity to shine, I think.
And they've got Big Ty forward at the number 8 position. A lot of substitutions on both sides of the paddock, but it looks like there's a lot of elements of this President's 15 backline that are unchanged. It looks like it's the same across the way for the Healers. Healers with possession here for this scrum. Gilbert feeds. Oh, but the President's 15 put quite the nudge on. And they have done so well. Oh, and Tate McDermott offloads, quick ball, tie forward, and that'll be a try. And that was, I think that you can see a bit of a difference there. Players, you know, I think the Healers did not respond fast enough off the back of that penalty. There were a lot of turned backs, and it took none other than a quick restart from Tate McDermott and tie forward to get things going. And we saw that Harry Hawker left on his own out there, marking 2 or 3 players, so it was kind of inevitable that one was going to go over.
The exhaustion's starting to show. It's been a big game, big hits. It's not surprising that the players are showing their that they're getting tired, you know, towards the 69th minute of the game. It's definitely behind energy the full game. We've never seen a lapse in energy from either side. It's been really, really exciting to watch, and I think that dynamic football is what everyone loves to see.
AJ Alatimu now. From the sideline. Strikes. And there's some flags. Presidents 15 extend their lead of 52 points to the Country Healers 20. As we move in to the 70th minute of play now. 10 minutes left on the clock. Time to shine. If they want to do something, now is the moment. Matatatini goes 1 on 5, and it'll take the 6th man to get him down. And that is some great work from the Healers. Suspended the player, turned it over, and now they've got a scrum of their own. Big scrum here in the front row for both sides, and packing in at prop, we've got Kai Lower and James Turvey for the Healers. And Tate McDermott going head-to-head with Will Gilbert in the halves. Big shove from both sides, and the Healers do very well. Great hands from Gilbert. He'll hold on to it. And that's a good long place. But it looks like the President's 15 will rush the breakdown and get it. Oh, that's a bit of a wild pass. But, oh, they've somehow made this into something out wide. Here's Edie. But forward it will be called.
That was a great effort there by the President's 15, being able to what am I trying to say? Oh, it's left me speechless. Being able to clean out that ball so easily, change possession. Does.
But this is the other thing we're talking about. I think we're starting to see the difference in fitness levels, Malia, where the Healers, they're getting tired. We're seeing subs coming on, but it's that attentiveness to stay. You know, you got to, these Premier Rugby guys, they're used to having to stay on for this 80 minutes. They've been doing it for 13 rounds already. And, you know, that'd be a little bit of the difference in the conditions in which these guys came leading in. And we're seeing there those line breaks 7-2. It's when they're searching out wide right now and they're trying to expose the little chinks in this Country Healers team. But the Country Healers, mind you, they've had a sensational match, 71 minutes, 72 minutes so far. And there's been some phenomenal rugby on display. Fletcher, very quick hands from Kennedy. Here's Hawker. Hawker, a bit of a trot, offloads. He'll go back into the hands of Fletcher. And Fletcher, 10 on 10, he'll get sent out. And Jake Strawn, that's very, very ambitious. Goes the quick restart. Bit of a kick infield. President's 15 want to keep it down their end of the field. Here they go, running rugby. There's the halfway line. What a step. Great run from Wes. Wes, narrowly misses it. AJ Alatimu regathers. President's 15 back in possession. 30 metres out from their own line. Oh, and that was some silly play there from Matt Giggle when didn't come through the gate. And here goes Tate McDermott. Tate McDermott puts on one step, a loose flick pass out to the side, and it'll go out.
He's really impressed me today, Tate McDermott.
Well,
he just seems to be everywhere.
They did a bit of a piece on him, I believe, 2 weeks ago on QPR Weekly. And, you know, a bit of a new kid on the block, and he's at UQ. And the thing is, you know, Uni are 13-0 for their season right now. So, obviously, there are a lot of big name players that are up above him, but he's been featuring off the bench for the Premier Grade team, and we saw him get that great ripping try a few weeks ago. He was one of the power plays, which get released every week as well. But the Country Heels, they have, for me, they're a massive win for them today. Only a day in camp together, and they've been playing some really great rugby. Here they go now, the Country Healers back to their phase grind. Gilbert offloads it, little inside ball to David West, but he gets cleaned up and they lose the ball. Oh, that's a very cheeky kick there from Tate McDermott. And it's allowed to bounce, and who's this running onto it? Great running from Ty Ford, the number 8. And persistence paid off, and Ty Ford will go across for his second of the match.
Ty Ford plays for Bond, obviously, and they've had a tough season this year in Queensland Premier Rugby. And to see him be able to shine the way that he does, because I think he is such an instrumental player in the Bond lineup. So to see him showcase his skills the way that he does in a team like this is really a great opportunity for him, I think. Can't
agree with you more, Malia. And we just see there he did so well to stay persistent. Great spontaneous kick from McDermott, and I think it really highlights at this level the danger of letting a ball bounce. And those players, the Ty Fords, the Matatatinis, the Strawns, the Chittendens, all of those back line, all the back players there for that President's 15, they are always on the prowl for that stray ball. And we've just started to see now in the last 10 to 15 minutes that the President's 15, they've got the momentum, they've got the wind in the sails, they're just playing that flowing game that they know how to play. And I think we are just seeing the difference in fitness right now.
Yeah, you talk about the stamina of the players, and I think it's definitely starting to show, which is a real shame for the Country Healers, because I think they had so much energy and so much gas going into the second half that to see it, I don't know, kind of lapse for them, I guess. It is a shame. But it would be a different style of rugby, I can imagine, playing a city game.
Absolutely, but they're not showing signs of slowing down too much. They're on the attack again. 45 out. Gilbert finds Fletcher. Fletcher tries to bump off Silly, but he'll get him down. West puts in a cheeky kick of his own. Great vision there, but he'll link up with the back, and all he'll find is Chittenden, who links up with Alatimu. Alatimu dummies, tries to drop Gickwell, but Gickwell will get him down. Bit of a loose ball, and they're going through. This could be a try. Oh. Great pressure there from Will Gilbert, the halfback. He's been lurking around, and look, Gareth Ryan from Brothers back on the wicket now. Got his head all bandaged up. Looks a little better. And it'll be a 22 dropout for the President's 15. 76th minute. About 4 minutes to go here before the full-time siren. And it's been a fantastic display of rugby from everybody. And we see that is some very sticky stuff. And Tyrell Barker, spills the beans. And Will Eadie thought he was away. And a bit of shuffling around with the ball, but here come the Healers. Great defence from them now. They've got a good opportunity to attack. They're about 40 metres out from the line. 3.5 minutes left on the clock, Malia. I want to see them get over.
Yeah, I think having that determination coming into the second half the Healers had, I really want to see that revitalised towards the end of the second half, just to give everyone a taste of what country rugby is all about.
Well, that was it. And we saw the Colts kids do it, about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. And it was good to see you finishing on a strong note. And both sides playing great rugby today. But my hat's got to go off to this Healers side. Only 1 day in camp, and they've produced some phenomenal plays this afternoon. And penalty going against the President's 15, not pushing straight into the scrum. Kennedy just annihilates that ball every time he puts a boot to it. 3.5 minutes remaining. Out the back, Gickwell. Bit of a loose ball, but it'll get cleaned up. Healers still have possession. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Here comes some grinding, picking and driving from our country cousins. Chris Nielsen back on the paddock. He'll hit him up. You're going to look for options. Fletcher inside ball. Hits Rogers. Rogers does well. Good heavy run there from Kailua. Oh, bit of a stray ball out the back, but it'll find some hands. Here come the Healers, etching their way closer and closer to the President's 15 try line. Little inside ball. In the pocket, Sam Tweedy. Gilbert. Fletcher. Inside ball, but it'll be advantage. All the President's 15 players on the outside there were offside. So, keep the fire alive. 90 seconds on the clock. What can the Healers come up with? Kennedy. Feeling good about this one, Malia. The set piece has been really good for the Healers. They've found the try line twice this match off the back of the rolling mauls.
Yeah, I'm glad to see this shift in momentum, actually. To have it come back the Healers' way right before the end of the match is well fought. And it has been a well fought battle from both sides today. So it's good to see the momentum shift.
Yep, Sam Tweedy takes it. Here they go. President's 15, well aware of what this Healers side can do. It'll go down. They're close. Looks like it's going to be picking and driving. Last minute. And there's another penalty. Looks like there'll be time will be off. Got a bit of an injury. I'm not sure who's down at the moment. So a couple injuries here, and we're right at the death of this match. Some 30 seconds left before the full-time siren. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back to our regular Premier Grade broadcast next week. We've got round 14. It's going to see the East Tigers hosting Norths at Tigerland. And just to give you an idea, so from East in our squad today, we've had Richie Asiata. And then from Norths playing in that match next week, we're going to have the likes of Varesa Matatatini, Connor Chittenden, and Nicholas Chapman. So a lot of players will be playing. And here we go. The Healers. They're 5 out. President's 15. They're going to try and sabotage this. And they've got the ball to back here. Can they get a try in the dying seconds of this half? Ball will come out. They're lining up left, right, and centre. Double guards are up from the 15. Here they go. Fletcher out the back. Hits the number 23, Will Rogers. Will Rogers will fall short. Loose ball out the back. Can the Healers find the line one final time? Oh, and here's a great little inside ball from the number 20. That'll be a try. Mitch Planton. He gets the strawberries on top of the cream cake. Winner, chicken dinner. Great work from the Healers. They finished in phenomenal form. And we've got one kick to go from Shane Kennedy, which should round up the rest of the match. And we see here on the double take play, picking and driving wasn't working. It started with a good run from Will Rogers. They went across, and then it would end up in the hands for the number 21, John Vincent, who's had a massive game today. Vincent and Planton have done very well, and that'll be full time. And we see here Kennedy will be going for the kick. And we're looking at about a 30-point deficit between the teams. But Malia, if you take the fitness out of this, I think we had two very level teams on deck today.
I think we did too. I think they often say the scoreboard didn't reflect the game, and I think to a certain extent it didn't. the country healers held their own the entire match, I thought, and until the end where stamina and fitness started to get in the way, that's when we started to see the lapse of discipline or the lapse of drive, I guess, that we saw earlier on from the healer side. But definitely no taking nothing away from them. They held in there, and that determination was credit to them at the end. I'm glad they were rewarded with that try.
Absolutely, and we have all the stats up on screen now. We see the territory and possession have kind of balanced back out. You know, we're looking at a 60-40 for possession, and then the territory 55 to 45. You know, the interesting when I look at that, I think when the healers got the ball and they had their momentum, they were doing a bit more with it than at the President's 15 were. You know, penalties and the turnovers were even Steven across the board, along with the handling errors. But what really put a few nails in the healers' coffin were the line breaks and those missed tackles.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we move on from there, and you see, but an impressive tackle count, 72 to 59. So the healers were displaying a lot, and you know, lest we forget, one of the big things driving forces behind this was we're getting exposure, and we're seeing the fruits from grassroots rugby away. I have to say, it's looking very healthy. And we're going to go here to the replays, and it was a great start by the healers. They propelled themselves to an early lead within a couple of minutes with a great try, but it wasn't long before the President's 15 responded. We saw Nick Chapman, bit of razzle-dazzle, straight under the post, in he goes, and it was once again then with the President's 15, they followed up, and it was a lot of momentum changes, but one of the best players on field, I felt, was Connor Chittenden, one of the centres, really just injected himself into the game wherever he saw fit, and this guy, the raging bull, Levi Amua, just leaving players in his wake. This was the fender bender. He just pushed through so many players and just an unstoppable force, that guy.
Absolutely. The strength of him and the power of his leg drive, we saw that on a number of occasions. But this here by the healers, they tried on a number of occasions and as well at the end. It just didn't carry through right at the end. But here, they get another try off the back of a rolling maul, and it's sensational rugby. It's what we love to see, that passion, that determination, that drive, and it pays rewards for them at the end of the day.
And then we see here now, moving into the second half, the healers. They were looking very dangerous. Fletcher floats one out to Hawker, and Hawker goes one-on-one against Matatatini, and not even the dangerous Levi Armour could slow him down. But this is where the game started to open up for the President's 15. AJ Alatimu came on in the second half and linking up with some already impressive players. And we see here Matatatini, just that really strong one-handed grip, pins the ears back and finds the corner. But it wasn't without fail. The healers did respond in true healer form, and they went down swinging right to the bitter end. And it was a great try here from number 20, Mitch Planton. And he goes through, gets the cheeky offload from John Vincent and finds the try. And it was an absolutely sensational afternoon, Malia. But unfortunately, the Healers have gone down 27 to 57. But it's been a great opening match for their campaign down here.
It definitely has. Exciting rugby that they've obviously got ahead. And if they can, well, hopefully their injuries weren't too high today. Obviously, that's the big one with their captain, James Cook.
Well, they're back here on Wednesday afternoon, so we should have we might have a live stream of that one, but you know what's even better than a live stream? It's getting down to Ballymore to watch it live. So if you can't get down to Ballymore, I'll let you watch the stream, that's fair, but it's free to come down and watch, have a gander. They've definitely shown they can play some fantastic rugby, and then they're off down to Newcastle at the end of the week to play the New South Wales country team, so a big week ahead for them. But they definitely started well. And Malia, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me, Marty. It's been fun.
Absolutely. Brilliant stuff. And a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back to our regular broadcasts next week when round 14 action, the Tigers will be hosting Norths. We're going to be back. It's going to be get on here about 3 o'clock. It's going to be an absolute cracker of a game. So make sure you tune in for that. And once again, thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure for this Super Sunday Rugby. My name is Martin Lippiatt. Thank you very much and good evening.